Today, your person spoke with his brother, and what came out in that private conversation could change everything you thought you knew. Archangel Michael reminds us that words spoken behind closed doors often carry more weight than those said face to face. And today, the truth slipped out. It can no longer be hidden. What happened was not random. It was intentional. His brother pressed him, and in that moment, the raw truth of his heart surfaced. Even the heavens shook at how he described you. His brother leaned closer, listening carefully to every word, realizing this was no casual talk. It carried both awe and fear. You were not mentioned lightly. You were spoken of as if you were destiny itself. He admitted things he had never dared to say in your presence. His brother sat silently, but his silence was full of shock. The air in that room grew heavy with secrets too powerful to remain buried. He confessed that your presence has unsettled his entire life, and that no matter how hard he tries, he cannot move forward without you. The inner battle is tearing him apart. He said you are not just another figure in his story. You are the very chapter that defines everything. His voice trembled as he whispered it, knowing he could never take those words back. His brother's eyes widened, sensing the seriousness. This was no simple affection. It was deep, binding, and unshakable. He admitted that destiny itself feels as though it is watching him, as if angels are recording every move. He knows he cannot escape the truth any longer. Your name has become both his peace and his turmoil. Then, he revealed his greatest fear, losing you forever. His brother urged him not to wait too long, reminding him that time never forgives hesitation. But still, his voice shook with uncertainty. He confessed that he had failed to show you the depth of what he feels. When his brother pressed him harder, asking why he stayed silent, the truth spilled out. He is terrified of what will happen once you know everything. He admitted that when he dreams, it is always of you. He sees you even when you're not there, as though your reflection is etched into his soul. His brother grew quiet, sensing the weight of these words. But then came something even more unexpected. He revealed a promise, an old vow tied to you, one that has never left his heart. His brother was stunned by the depth of this revelation. Lowering his voice, almost afraid that even the walls might betray him, he confessed, "You are the one thing I could never resist." His brother leaned back in shock, having never heard such raw honesty before. It was as though years of silence had finally been broken. He admitted, "You are not just part of my life. You are my life." The weight of those words left his brother speechless. In that moment, heaven itself took notice. The angels recorded every word, and Archangel Michael declared, "Watch. These words will echo for eternity." Then, with pain in his voice, he confessed how deeply he feels your absence. Each time you walk away, it feels as though a part of him dies. The silence between you is unbearable. He admitted that he tried to hide his feelings behind pride, but pride has crumbled, leaving him vulnerable. His brother warned him again. If he does not speak soon, it may be too late. The atmosphere grew colder, charged with spiritual weight. His brother realized this secret could not stay hidden forever. Time was running out. He confessed that he had written letters for you, words never delivered, messages unsent, proof of a love too heavy to remain inside. His brother urged him to act before regret became permanent. But the truth cut even deeper. He admitted to shedding tears in solitude, haunted at night by your name. When his brother asked why he continued to hold back, his voice cracked. "Fear," he said, "the fear that once you know everything, you might walk away forever." That fear has chained his heart. Still, he revealed that he watches over you in silence. Even when unseen, his eyes follow, praying for your safety, hoping destiny keeps you close. His brother shivered at the intensity of his devotion. And then, with dread in his eyes, he confessed something that froze even his brother's breath. There is someone else watching, someone who does not wish you well. These words are not spoken lightly. The shadows in the room seemed to grow heavier. His brother leaned forward, demanding clarity. But your person's expression filled with fear. He whispered that forces are moving against you, not strangers, but those once trusted. His brother trembled as the weight of betrayal became clear. This, he explained, is why he stayed silent, to protect you without pulling you into the storm. But now, destiny has cornered him. He knows he cannot hold back much longer. He vowed that soon, the name of the one working against you will be revealed. His brother's jaw tightened, realizing the gravity of what was about to be revealed. The secret was nearly too heavy to put into words. Your person's hands trembled as he began to speak, and his brother leaned closer, sensing the weight pressing down on him. Every syllable carried the force of destiny. He admitted he had seen signs, visions and dreams that warned him of what was coming. And in every vision, you were at the center, surrounded by shadows that sought to take what was rightfully yours. His brother listened in stunned silence. The confession grew heavier, shifting into something darker than love itself. He revealed that he had overheard conversations, dark whispers where your name was spoken with malice. His brother's heart sank. This was no ordinary struggle. It wasn't just about love anymore. It had become a fight for survival. His words carried the urgency of a divine warning. He confessed that he has been protecting you in ways you could not see, shielding you from unseen hands plotting behind your back. His brother realized this was no longer just an emotional burden. It was a battle fought in both the spirit and the flesh. The truth he carried was not only shocking, it was heartbreaking. He admitted that someone you once trusted had been feeding lies, working to weaken you. His brother trembled with anger at this revelation. But then came something even more chilling. He confessed that the same forces targeting you had also turned their eyes on his own brother. The danger was everywhere. A heavy silence fell between them. His brother demanded to know why he carried this alone. But your person only lowered his head and whispered that the angels themselves had been guiding him, waiting for the right time to speak. And that time had finally arrived. He revealed that he speaks your name in prayer every night without fail. Not one day has passed without him asking heaven to cover you with protection. His brother heard the desperation in his voice. He admitted he never told you because he feared you might mistake his vulnerability for weakness. But in truth, he has always seen you as his strength. Tears filled his brother's eyes at the honesty of these words. The room grew colder, and a sacred stillness filled the space. It was as if Archangel Michael himself stood guard as the confession poured out. Heaven seemed to lean closer. Your person said there was one more secret, one final truth. He admitted that the one working against you was closer than anyone had realized. His brother froze at the weight of those words. He leaned in, almost whispering, afraid that even the walls might betray them. The name trembled on his lips, but at the last moment he stopped. The fear in his eyes was unmistakable. He explained that revealing the truth too soon could cost everything. Even speaking aloud felt dangerous, as though it would invite the very forces he was trying to resist. His brother clenched his fists, torn between anger and dread. But your person promised he would not stay silent forever. The moment would come when the truth could no longer be contained. He said, "Destiny has already chosen the hour." His brother could feel the gravity in those words. The air itself vibrated with urgency, like thunder building before a storm. Something irreversible had begun. His brother leaned forward, voice low but insistent. "You cannot keep carrying this alone." But your person's eyes were filled with a fear too deep to describe. He confessed that the weight of this secret had already left scars, sleepless nights, trembling hands, a heart pounding with dread every time your name was mentioned. His brother finally saw what silence had done to him. The truth grew heavier with every breath. He admitted that he had written your name countless times, on notes, in letters, on scraps of paper. His brother realized this devotion was unshakable. Yet he also confessed that most of those words were destroyed, burned, or hidden out of fear that the wrong eyes might find them before you did. His brother shivered at the depth of the danger. This was more than love. It was war. Your person's voice softened, as though heaven itself pressed down on his chest. He confessed he had heard your name whispered in places you would never expect, by people you thought were harmless. but they were not harmless at all. His brother pressed him for answers, but his silence said more than words. His face turned pale with fear. Even the walls seemed untrustworthy. He admitted that he had stood between you and threats you never even knew existed. Silent battles, sacrifices made in the shadows, choices that left him broken inside. His brother looked at him with both admiration and sorrow. Then, with a trembling whisper, he spoke words that cut the air like lightning. They don't just want to take from you. They want to break you. The room itself seemed to shrink, the shadows pressing in closer. His brother leaned back, running a hand through his hair, struggling to process the weight of what he had just heard. The danger was no longer distant or hidden. It was right there in the room with them. Your person clenched his fists, struggling to steady his breath, knowing the fight was only beginning. He admitted that every step he takes feels watched by unseen eyes. His brother understood then that even trust had been turned into a weapon against him. But then his voice softened. Despite the danger, despite the fear, he confessed that you were worth it all. He told his brother he would walk through fire if it meant protecting you. His brother's eyes filled with tears. Never before had he witnessed such raw devotion. The truth was love wrapped in sacrifice, and sacrifice surrounded by danger. Leaning closer, he whispered words that seemed meant only for heaven itself. Archangel Michael's presence stirred the air as he confessed, "I cannot delay any longer." His brother froze, realizing that even the angels were pressing this moment forward. The air thickened, as though invisible wings brushed against the walls. Heaven and earth collided in that room. His brother's heartbeat grew louder than his breath. Your person revealed that time was running short. Something was about to unfold, and there would be no escape unless the truth came to light. His brother's hands trembled at the urgency. Then, with eyes burning like fire, he declared, "The name will not remain hidden much longer." His brother gasped. The revelation was inevitable now. The countdown had already begun. Your person's breath grew shallow, the silence between words heavier than thunder. His brother leaned in, sensing the final truth was on the edge of breaking free. Yet at the last moment, he swallowed the words back down. The fear in his eyes told its own story. Once the name was spoken, there would be no turning back. His brother clenched his jaw, knowing this moment would change everything. He whispered that your life was about to cross a dangerous threshold, and you had no idea how close the threat already was. The shadows had already stepped into your world. His brother asked if he could continue to bear the truth alone. Your person shook his head slowly. The weight was crushing him. To speak, hands trembling, he gripped the table. He admitted he had heard this name whispered in secret, in places you would never imagine. Betrayal had come from closer than anyone realized. His brother's face turned pale. The danger wasn't only real, it was already in motion. Every moment felt like borrowed time. He said he'd seen enough to confirm it all. Hidden meetings, sudden whispers, movements in the night. His brother felt a chill crawl down his spine. But then your person revealed something more. He said he was not alone in this battle. Angels had been showing him signs, urging him to expose the one working in the shadows. His brother leaned forward, desperate to hear the name. But your person admitted he had been followed, tested, and even silenced by unseen forces. Each time he drew near to telling the truth, something pulled him back, as though the enemy itself was fighting to keep him quiet. His brother's frustration boiled over. "Then speak," he demanded sharply. But your person only lowered his gaze, afraid that even the walls might betray him. He explained that speaking the name would be like opening a gate, and once opened, there would be no way to return to safety. His brother realized this was bigger than betrayal. It was about destiny itself. Then, with a trembling voice, your person whispered a piercing warning. "The one who smiles the most is the one holding the knife." His brother froze, shaken to his core by the sharpness of that truth. Exhausted from carrying secrets too heavy for one soul, your person leaned back. His brother reached across the space, gripping his hand firmly, demanding the final reveal without a word. The air grew thick with unseen fire, as though heaven itself had drawn closer. Your person whispered that the angels would not allow him to stay silent much longer. Archangel Michael's presence pressed the room, declaring that the truth must be spoken. His brother's eyes widened in holy fear as the weight of destiny settled over them. Then came the final admission. Within hours, he said, everything would be revealed: your heart, your trust, and the hidden enemy who believes they remain unseen. His brother nodded, knowing the clock was ticking. The name trembled on your person's lips once more, so close to breaking free. Heaven itself seemed to hold its breath. The world grew still, waiting for the sound. Your person's voice cracked as he struggled to steady himself. His brother leaned closer, urging him to release the burden, but his lips quivered, the truth fighting to remain hidden. He admitted that the angels had already shown him visions. And in every vision, your face appeared, caught between light and shadow. The war over you is no longer silent. His brother's chest grew heavy as he listened. These were not just confessions, they were prophecies. Destiny had already chosen its path. Your person said he could feel the weight of heaven pressing down on his heart. He knew that his silence could destroy everything, but still, fear wrapped around him like chains. He confessed that the one plotting against you had already been close, smiling in your presence. His brother's eyes narrowed, rage building inside him. The betrayal was sharper than any blade. Lowering his head, tears threatening to fall, your person said he had watched this enemy twist truth into lies, and each time your name was spoken, it was laced with poison. The silence between them grew unbearable. His brother slammed his hand on the table, demanding he speak now. But your person only whispered, once I say it, nothing will ever be the same again. He admitted that he had protected you in ways you may never realize. Silent sacrifices, hidden choices, all made to keep you safe. His brother's heart ached with both pride and sorrow. Your person spoke of nights when he prayed the truth would reveal itself without him needing to speak it. But heaven made it clear. The burden was his alone to carry. His brother shivered at the weight of it. He admitted the angels themselves were restless. Signs had been appearing, doors slamming without cause, lights flickering, whispers carried on the air. Even Archangel Michael had made his presence known. His brother urged him, then you cannot stay silent. But your person closed his eyes and whispered that the timing had to be perfect or the danger would double. The fear in his voice was undeniable. The shadows in the room thickened, pressing close as though unseen ears leaned against the walls, waiting for the sound of the name. His brother swallowed hard, realizing what was about to come. Your person rose to his feet and began to pace the floor. Each step echoed like thunder in silence. His brother followed him with his eyes, bracing for the moment of truth. He admitted that the betrayal was worse than he ever imagined. This was not just a scheme. It was envy rooted deep in someone who could not bear the light you carry. His brother's fists clenched, his heart burning with anger. Your person whispered that every smile you saw had been carefully painted, and every kind word had been nothing more than a mask hiding venom. His brother realized the truth had been sitting in plain sight all along. Then your person said, with a voice heavy as stone, that once the name is spoken, your world will change forever. Nothing will look the same again. And once revealed, the battle will begin, and it cannot be undone. Type Amen to receive your blessing.